it's a smart save from Ter Stegen. Now down the other end, Paco Alcácer wins the header, but he gets the ball in the face, I think. You see him just holding his head. Maybe it was an elbow again, or a forearm.
I've got to say, with that Sandro chance, he picked up the ball, almost level with Piqué, and looked like he was going to put the afterburners on and get away, and he just didn't have the legs. Piqué was able to get back, almost get in front of him and force Sandro to make a decision 20-25 yards from goal. It was good defending, but if you're going to play a player up front now, Malaga needs someone with a real burst of speed.
Yeah, it's a couple of occasions now that we've seen Sandro against Gerard Piqué, and neither time has Sandro tried to take on the Barcelona centre-back. Both times he's elected to shoot from distance, and I agree with you there, Lucas. I thought he should have had the pace to take the ball beyond Gerard Piqué, who's, you know, he's a brilliant centre-back. We've been singing his praises today, but he's not the quickest. But it seems to me maybe there's a lack of confidence from Sandro when he's coming up against Gerard Piqué. Maybe feels he can't get the better of him.
Maybe. I don't know if we're going to see the replay. Here we go. Sandro there, Piqué almost.
There was maybe a poor touch from Sandro, in fairness. Just before the shot, there was a couple of poor touches which did just slow down his run. But he did manage to get the shot away, and it wasn't a bad one.
But also, although Ter Stegen has dealt with that shot and the first shot that went well wide, it is a warning for Barca, however, because if Sandro does manage to get away like that too often, I don't think he'll give up every one of those.
Ontiveros. He's the youngest player in this Malaga side, born in 1997, Javi Ontiveros. You can usually tell when they've got a high number on their back that they're probably not a first-team regular. Ontiveros, the number 39, coming in due to a huge number of injuries in Juan de Ramos's squad. Wellington, Charles, Recio, Keko, Kuzmanovic, Camacho unavailable through suspension.
A huge number of very influential players. Ontiveros has played off the bench on a few occasions this season. Had a couple of years with Real Betis' youth team before joining Malaga, but was a youngster when he finally came to the club. Still,
could be a chance here for Malaga as that shot from Neymar's charged down. Juanpi thought for a second that his side might be
even more than the last couple. A very, very good tackle there. But I've got to say, when Malaga go forward, as they just picked up the ball in midfield a few moments ago, they almost looked nervous. It was almost looking for some real inspiration, and the obvious pass he didn't seem able to make for some reason.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt that this Malaga team have got tons of quality in attack, and they're not missing too many players from the front few. Juan Carlos plays week in, week out, so too does Juanpi, so too does Sandro. So there's three in your front four who are regulars for Malaga, and if they can get the ball forward to those three, then they're all capable of causing problems for Football Club Barcelona, as we've seen at times already in these opening 27 minutes.
And also, I'm sure Juan de Ramos may be thinking, or I'm sure that he is thinking, the exuberance of youth as well. The youngsters won't come out with any or too many preconditioned ideas. They'll just be keen to impress. Because, of course, as you say, when that injury list that they have, when they do start coming back, these youngsters will want to have made an impression in order to keep their place, and no better place to make an impression than against Barca at Camp Nou.
Interesting watching Sergio Busquets, who sat back at centre-back, pushing Lucas Digne up into a more attacking role. Digne now playing as a winger on the far side. So too is Sergio Roberto, who somehow manages to bring that ball down, and he's won his team a corner kick, I think. Or is it a throw? A corner. Brilliant from Sergio Roberto, and quite rightly gets a round of applause from the fans. How on earth did he manage to stretch out a leg to that?
That really was superb technique. Pulled it down. You have to wonder if Federico Rica could have done better, but it just kind of ricocheted off his legs and behind. See where Gerard Piqué is for this corner. He's had a chance at the last couple.
It's Arda Turan this time to swing this one in. Gerard Piqué wins it again, but it wasn't such a dangerous header this time, and an easy claim for the former Espanyol goalkeeper Carlos Kameni.
The oldest player in the Malaga side, Carlos Kameni, 32. Very experienced. Been in Malaga now for 4 years. Actually left Espanyol when the current Spurs boss Mauricio Pochettino made him third choice, and he decided that he was probably above the standard. And Malaga offered him regular first team football, and he has become something of a cult hero down in Andalusia now.
Even keeping Memo Ochoa out of the team. Ochoa, who signs for Malaga after that brilliant World Cup performance. The offside flag was up. Again, it's off the post though from Neymar. That's the second time Barca have hit the post when the flag was already up. First was Mascherano, this time it's Neymar, as Arda Turan was narrowly offside.
He's trying to time his run there, Arda, but realistically, if you're on this near side looking across the play, you can see the back line, and you shouldn't make that mistake of going past the last man. You should be able to stay level. He was level there with Federico Rica and just couldn't resist trying to get to the ball before it was played.
I suppose that's the problem for a player like Arda Turan. When you know the fullback has probably got half a yard of pace on you, maybe you are inclined to jump the gun slightly in those sort of situations.
Barca still playing with their usual passing game in the midfield, but obviously with the, as I said, the lack of Luis Suarez, or the absence of Luis Suarez and Messi, means the movement just isn't the same.
Having said that, they play the ball forward beautifully here, and it's Rafinha! What a save that was! An absolutely fantastic stop from Carlos Kameni, who got down to his right and managed to get a strong hand on the ball. What an opportunity.
It really was his second save of the game, and that one by far the better of the two.
Sergio Roberto does brilliantly once again to keep that ball in play. It was a pass from Rafinha, and here is Rafinha again. His ball directed in towards the run of Neymar, who clattered the defender. I think it was Rosales sent him flying, and Malaga have got a free kick. But what about that save from Carlos Kameni?
It was a good move. Got slightly lucky with the deflection. It fell back kindly.
I think he was wrong-footed as well. You can just see him going to his left and managed to switch to go to his right, got down, saved the ball. Brilliant stop. That
really was a great stop, and if Malaga do end up getting anything out of this game, they'll look back on that stop in particular and have to thank their goalkeeper on the flight back home.
Sergio Roberto. He's got Juan Carlos for company. It's Juan Carlos who puts the ball out of play for a Barca throw. Busquets once again sitting between the two centre-backs, giving a bit more freedom to the full-backs. Here's Neymar, switches play to this near side. He's looking for the run of Arda Turan, who tried to avert the ball from going out for a goal kick. Nearly went sliding into the photographers.